Guys, this is our video for the different actors that we have for the FLACADA application. So the first one that we're gonna go through is just the guest. So first of all, the guest has access to the basic things. So it has access to the About Us, the social media. Now, the newsletter is just another link. The shop is another link. More is more links. The only one that doesn't have links is the conference. So in the conference, you can see the schedule. This is something that's going to change if you sign up with an account, because with an account, you can add sessions to your schedule. We'll see that in a little bit. Then you can see the exhibitors, all the speakers, sponsors, and then maps, local events, the Wi-Fi information, the FAQ. And then one thing that guests can do is create an account. So first we're gonna go through sign in. Then since we're not members, we're gonna register first. So I'm gonna register. I'm gonna put my name and just a fake email account right now, and then a password. And then I'm registered. So when you register, it automatically logs you in. And then now I have access to this My Schedule link, which wasn't there before. And now if I go to schedule, you can see that now we have the add button. So now we can add sessions to my schedule, and now there's a direct link to my schedule on the schedule page. So now let's say I add this, it says successfully added to my schedule. I'm gonna add another one, and then now if I go to my schedule, it shows the sessions that I added to it. Now I can delete sessions from my schedule, and then I can also delete all of the ones that are there. So you guys can see the difference. I'm gonna go back to schedule. I'm gonna add a few more sessions, and then I'm going to show you that the start over button deletes all the sessions that I have on my schedule. So if I click on start over, it deletes all of them, and then I can just start over and add new sessions to my schedule.
So next up, we're going to show you the admin privileges of the FLACADA application. So the first thing we're going to show you over here in conferences is the scheduling. So here you see we have a lot more buttons than we had before from user and even guest. So here we can add a session, right? We're going to add how to make a sick pizza, right? Let's me put what's today's date? Today's the 24th, 2017 at 4 p.m. Oh, we also have this. Boom. And it's an hour class, right? So we also have here a validation where you can put like any random day, like 400 BC. It has to be from the past 10 years, I believe. So in the location, let's put Italy. And the description is how to make a crazy awesome pizza. Submit, and there it is. So also there's a relationship between the speakers and sessions. So I just made a general session right now. It has no speakers. So if I go back and add a speaker to it, it should add a speaker just to that session. So let me do the guy's name is Ferrucini. I think that's how you spell it. Alfredo. mama@mia.com. Chef. Let's put Homer Simpson's image. And institution, the kitchen. Sure, why not? So, and the wish list, we wanted to add a file uploader, but we just didn't have time. But in here, you can put any image that's in the database currently. Not in the database, in the file structure. There's a folder called images, and there we have a couple of PNGs. Or you can also get the URL of any image, and it'll resize it to the format that would look good on the app. So I'm gonna hit submit. So if I go back to the session, we see fettuccine alfredo right there, and see it'll be this size. All right. So we're gonna go back to schedule, and how to make a sick pizza, and then we can actually delete it. That single session only, and it shouldn't be there anymore. See, how to make a pizza is gone. So that showed the relationship between the speakers and the sessions and the API. And I can also hit reset over here, but then that will delete all the sessions, and I'd have to rewrite this, so I'm not going to do that. So let me go back to conference. Next up, we're going to show you exhibitors. So exhibitors is pretty simple. It has no relationship whatsoever. It's just posting something to the database. It has no, like I said, relationship that has to be validated before posting it to the database. So we're just going to add an exhibitor. Put a Nintendo images, Nintendo.png. I also have a picture of the Nintendo logo there. Nintendo.com. Crazy awesome games. And we're gonna submit, and there it is. And here you can see all the information. We're gonna go back to exhibitors, and here we can actually delete another privilege for the admin only. And again, the same thing with the reset. It deletes every single exhibitor, but I'm not going to do that because I have to fill it back in. Next up is speakers. So remember, like I said, the speakers and the sessions have a relationship. But since I just deleted the session, it did not delete the speaker, because the logic behind that is you don't necessarily need to delete a session to delete you don't need to delete a speaker just because you deleted a session. The listing of speakers can still be there. So here it says I created him, and it works on that side. Let me add it on this side, adding the session to that speaker's ID that is kept track of in the database. So I'm going to add the session to it. So let me put back how to glaze a donut, right? Donut. Sure, why not? Oh, I can't spell today. All right. So let me put today's date. It'll be from 5, 0, and today's date again. 6, 0 p.m. What's the city the Simpsons live in? Oh, Springfield. So Springfield, and how to correctly glaze a donut. We're gonna submit, and if we look at the speakers, you can see that the session is right here. And then you can also go back to the speakers right over here, and we can actually delete it and see it's gone. And the reset button does the same thing as the other reset buttons. They delete everything. So if I go back to conference session, the how to glaze a donut is still there. So it has no difference whatsoever. So let me just delete this back to put it how it was before. So next up is sponsors. Sponsors is the same thing as exhibitors. There's no relationship whatsoever. So all you need to do is just post something. You fill the form, validates that all the fields are entered correctly, and post it to the database. Then let's add Amazon. I believe I'm going to image of them to Amazon.png, Amazon.com. Mass leading online store. Submit. Oh, I don't have a picture of them. So if there was a picture, it would show up. And here's all the information. So another privilege is I can delete it, just that one, and the reset button deletes all of them. So we didn't have time to implement the API for local Wi-Fi and FAQs admin privileges, but it is already set up in the front end. So as soon as it's set up in the API, all you need to do is plug it into the front end. So in local, we have all these buttons where you can delete single items or all of them, and then you can add another local field. The same thing with Wi-Fi. You can delete it, and then you can add another Wi-Fi information. And the FAQs, you can do single FAQs, add more, or reset them. And that's it for the admin privileges.